on the Twitter. They've gone live now.
Right.
So give it 5 minutes. I'm sure we can get a few people in and that.
Yeah.
How was your mates?
Yeah, sound.
Did you go for your tea and that, or?
Just went for a brew, really.
Sound.
Just because I've not seen all my sisters together.
Did you all go round,
Yeah, we're all there. Just nip for a brew and then fire off again.
Post that on Twitter, so she'll get a few in the next minute or two.
Hang on a minute, I'm going to have to load your stream on my phone as well, so I can actually see what's going on.
So it's my headphones, that's the problem.
You are a problem.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Let me go and share that link as well.
Yeah, that's better.
Are we winning?
Are we winning? What, Wigan? Fucking no.
Not that, oh no, not us.
Fuck no, you don't know what Wigan. We're never winning at the minute, lad. Fucking hell. Evening. Yes, Dave, how are you, mate? Just getting set up now, mate. Will they be a minute? Thought you were a top red. Scousing you quite quiet. It's where
Everyone's quiet compared to me, lad.
Yeah, fucking big mouth on you. Yeah, it's that bit better. Put me mic actually in my mouth.
Oh, I can hear you loads better as well now.
Ah, boss. See,
there we go. We're winning.
Yeah, should we get started then, Emma?
Let's go.
Right, everyone, how are we? First fucking Chattin Tics. And first thing I'm going to talk about is the Luton game, which, fuck me, that was terrible.
Which one, lad?
Which one?
Like all of them.
All of them. The most recent one ever. Fucking, you was there. You was in the West Ham. What do you reckon?
I was. Do you want an honest opinion, or do you want something a little bit more conservative?
Ah, fuck that honest opinion.
Right, from start to finish, it was fucking dreadful, wasn't it? To be honest, it has been. Give it you straight. Listen, we're shit at the minute. That's just how it is. Luton again. We seem to have, my opinion, got ourselves into this little rut where it's individual little errors all the time.
Yeah, 100% agree.
No, do you know what? Listen, fair play to him. He straight away held his hands up. He took accountability for it. He apologised. But that Stephen Corker error was painful.
Oh, it was horrible to watch. It was
painful. And do you know what? Everyone can make an individual error. It's fair enough. But to me, when we've got a centre half still on the edge of the box, we've got the man next to him making a humongous cock up, and then our fullbacks are non-existent as well. How have we managed to bring in an ex-professional footballer and a defender at that, who's just spent however many years at Leicester as defensive coach and somehow managed to make our defence worse?
Oh, 100%. So I'm just in the chat, I can hardly blame Corker, though those around him aren't constant. I completely agree with that. Don't wrong, Corker's made an individual error there, which... It's one of them, innit?
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, completely agree.
And that's why, it is what it is.
No, I completely agree. See, the first thing I want to talk about, like, going back to the Luton game in September.
Yeah.
Our back five was McLean, Tilt, Watmore, Kerr, and Niambe. So, Nyambe and McLean have stayed in the team there. And obviously, fucking Curtis Tilt stayed in the team. Curtis Tilt's form in the last few months was completely shot off.
Curtis Tilt is Curtis Tilt, and I can't even bring myself to get angry at him anymore because it's just funny.
Like, you know what's
it's just
it's comical watching him how shit he is.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking Hughes, you can't say nothing about because he's a kid, and in all honesty, he's been like, was it the Sunderland game where we had Tilt and Hughes at the back?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that was a recipe for disaster. An inexperienced centre half with a centre half who's in the worst form of his career, especially in a Wigan shirt.
Do you know what though? Right, I said this at the time. I think I said it on the day. We had two centre halves in that back line. One of them looked very, very comfortable where he was, and the other one played like a giraffe on fucking roller skates.
Fucking hell,
do you know what I mean? Which one do you think was making his professional debut?
Oh, that's it, man. Fucking hell. As I had just what I've got from my notes here. The starting 11, obviously, you've talked about the back line. Do we want to talk about that midfield?
I mean, do we open this great big can of worms?
Go on, say the name. Say the name that we know you're going to say.
Right, now, disclaimer, because I am not solely blaming this person, right? I'm not. And I love him as much as any other Wigan fan.
But
and I have done for several years.
I love the lad.
However, I cannot take any more fucking pointing. I can't do it, right? Honestly. I cannot do it. I don't even need to say his name, right? And you all know who I'm on about, don't you?
Max Power.
Right? You all know who I'm on about. The man spends between 70 and 80 minutes of every single game inside that centre circle, spinning about, and just I can't do it, and I cannot watch it anymore. It hurts. Right? It's causing me physical pain.
When you've got a lad with a captain's armband on, you want him to lead by example, and his example is pointing and essentially doing fuck all in the middle.
Yeah, like absolutely nothing else. It's just it's hard work. It's really, really hard work. And do you know what? Just going back to that Luton game on Saturday, that was one of the first games I've seen in probably a good while, to be honest, where I actually saw Max move forward.
Yeah.
He actually made a good couple of runs. But do you know when you look at the game as a whole, and you think these lads are professional athletes who get paid a decent amount of money to do what they do. And when your best effort on goal came from your 19-year-old centre half, that's it's inexcusable, really.
Yeah. I'm just reading a few of the chats now. We're going to get on to all the Kolo stuff. Give it Yaya to the end of the season. That's one of my mates. I think Yaya said no to us, to be honest.
He did, yeah.
Yaya had actually
Before we even asked him, he was like, no, it's not for me. Need to get Everett in from Bolton. Look what he's doing with them. He's taking them places.
Need to get Everett from Bolton. For give it Lampard.
Yes. Even Lampard can't be any worse than what we've got now.
Honest to God. Lampard, Gerrard.
And his track record is not great, is it? Like, I mean, the only direction he's gone is fucking down. Yeah. But
Frank Lampard could get 2 teams relegated this season. Could get us relegated and me off.
I mean, yeah, why not? Give it Debsy till the end of the season. Max puts 100% in every game. He has passion and loves the club, but we need 110. He's a top lad, but he's not championship quality. I think, do you know what? I think everybody's probably said this at some point, haven't they? Like, we've got a lot of good footballers in our squad. What we don't have a lot of is quality for this level.
Yeah.
I think yet again we've found ourselves in a position where we are far, far, far too good for League One, which we showed last year because we massively, massively overachieved.
Oh, 100%. We should never have been winning the league last season.
No, not at all. That's it. Like we had no right at all to end up where we did. But then we've come up and we're nowhere near good enough to even challenge to stay in the league at the minute. Never mind go anywhere else.
See, I want to get on to our midfield here though with Aziz. How do you pronounce? Is it Tai?
I actually don't know how to pronounce his surname, so
I've been calling him Christ.
Yeah, just Christ will do.
Yeah, Christ. So Aziz, Christ, and Power. Obviously, Power enough. Less said, the better. The thing I look at that midfield is who's the advanced one. So I'm comparing this with the Luton game from the start of the season because we played a similar formation. We played the 3-4-3 or whatever you want to call it. And our midfield last time was Power, obviously, because he can't get dropped. But Power, Naylor, and Keane. The thing with that midfield that we played on the weekend with Aziz, Christ, and Power is who's the advanced midfielder in that. If you're playing that midfield, you need to either drop Power, you need to drop one of the three, and either play Tello in a 10 or play Keane in a 10 and have Lang up front. You can't have three deep line centre mids with a back three, and Nyambe is a right back. He's a very solid right back, but he's not a right wing back. If you're playing that system, you need a right wing back. But do you really want to start Derico? That's the problem.
See, the predicament we have, I think, with our right backs is one of them is very, very good defensively, but you can't trust him to go forward and then come back as well.
Agreed.
The other one is not that bad at getting forward, actually. But defensively is all over the fucking place.
Yeah, completely agree.
So, where do you find your happy medium though?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Where's the middle ground?
I want to say in a back three we played Derico just because it suits the system more. Even though there's not a chance he's not as good as Nyambe. Like we all know that. We all know Nyambe's a better right back.
Yeah.
But in a back three, do you risk it and play Derico and just go for someone a little bit more advanced?
I think if we were gonna go with 5 at the back or 3 at the back and your wing backs, however way you want to do it, it has to be Derico.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go with a 4 at the back, then I'd pick Nyambe. So it's difficult.
One sec. A lot of people are saying that my mic's really quiet. I'm just gonna have a mess with it now. One sec.
Yeah.
Is that a bit better?
Okay, now live and in stereo. There we go. Derico is criminally underrated in my opinion. Yes and no. I don't think he's as bad as we've portrayed him to be.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, he's not. Listen, he's not a world beater.
No, absolutely.
Right, there's plenty of better options, but I do think he doesn't occasionally get a lot of unfair stick.
See, I think the thing for me is I don't think he'd get the amount of stick he'd get if he wasn't captain.
No, that probably doesn't help. Which, to be honest, it's probably a big spotlight on Max as well.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Because probably a lot of what he doesn't do would go under the radar if we weren't looking at him to sort everybody else out.
Yeah.
World beater, he couldn't beat a man. Well, I mean, this is what I'm saying. The thing with Derico, I think, is he's very, very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating because he can have an exceptional game and then be absolutely pants for 4 or 5 games after. And then he might be all right, and then he'll be a bit shit again. And then out of nowhere, he's pulling off man of the match performances, and I can't really. He's just a bit all over the place, isn't he? There isn't. It's just inconsistent.
Yeah, no, completely agree. See, another note that I made, obviously, there's the individual errors that we talk. Like, obviously, we talked about it with the Corker individual error. Yeah. If you watch the highlights back for the second goal, it's a massive individual error from Tilt because he bombs out to try and close the man down. So Corker's got to try and come across and cover for him then, and
It's not always possible.
No, exactly. You can.
Sitting in the stands, obviously, it's a lot easier to criticise when you're just sat there watching. Like, I don't get paid thousands of pounds a week to run around and entertain 10,000 people. But you can see where the weak links are.
Yeah.
And I think we've been able to see where the weak links are all season. So it baffles me a little bit that the coaches can't seem to share that opinion.
Yeah.
Like, Curtis Tilt is a lovely bloke. He's a very, very, very nice person. And somewhere, he's probably an half-decent footballer. But he's not for us.
Not at this moment in time, he's not, no.
No.
At the minute.
I think there's a reason he was working on a building site before he was a professional footballer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like he was one of them wonder kids that's come through 3 or 4 different academies and is made it at the top level. He was, and I think I've seen it a couple of times. I'm not too sure who said it, but someone said it a couple of days ago. If Tilt was right-footed, he wouldn't get a game at Charlie.
I completely agree. But see, Liam was the same. Liam and Kolo both had the same issues. They feel desperate to play a left-footed centre-back on the left.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we need it.
No, I completely agree. I don't think, well...
Or at the very least, not all the time.
No, I completely agree. But why have we not tried maybe playing Watmore as the left-sided centre-back? Obviously, did Watmore have a knock? Is that why he didn't start against Luton?
He had a couple of games before. He had I think I read it was like a back spasm or something.
Yeah. So
he just said it was a good idea for sit a game out, and then obviously started the next one. Whether that was a risk just because Cork couldn't play, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then obviously spent the entire game on the bench on Saturday. So
yeah. I say just going through the individual stats from the Luton game, going on the pass accuracy, Max had 79.6. Aziz had 83.9% pass accuracy, and Christ had 94.6 with 56 passes, 94% accuracy. Obviously, pass accuracy doesn't write the entire story, but when we're going on about power being in poor form at the minute, when you look at the stats individually, when you deep it's obvious.
Yeah. Right. And I think it's glaringly obvious that the majority of these players had a big loyalty to Liam.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody saw Liam.
Liam said that at the start of the season. He said,
yeah,
because he said, do you need to bring what you got? Don't quote me directly, but he said, do you need 1 or 2 more players? He said we need 23, and he said it jokingly, laughing, and he even said how good of a group of lads we've got, which you can tell on the pitch. There's a lot of togetherness on this pitch. Everyone gets on. Everyone plays for each other. But are they playing for the manager? That's the thing. I don't think they are.
Me personally, no, I don't think they are.
I completely
don't
agree.
think they are.
I don't think they've adapted to Kolo at all.
No.
And I say, another note that I've made is the amount of fan, you could see, because I watched it on iFollow, because I was going the boxing straight after it.
Yeah.
Because it showed on the camera the amount of fans that were leaving early, and honest to God, see, I'd never leave a game early, but if I was there for the Luton game, I'd have gone at the second goal. Because do you know what? How many times have we seen that this season now, where you know what's going to happen before the game's even finished? You know what's going to happen in 50 minutes. You knew we was never getting a result in that game.
Yeah, no. I said so I should have been working. Should have been in work at 4:00 on Saturday, and then my shift changed. So I'd initially told my mum, I go to the games with my mum, so I initially told my mum, I'm not going to be able to make this game. And to be fair, she wasn't bothered. She was just like, yeah, it is what it is. When my shift changed and I said to her, we can actually go to the footy tomorrow, her response was, do we have to?
Exactly.
My mum is, she's in her 50s. She's been supporting Wigan Athletics since 1978. So when she doesn't want to go, and she'd rather sit at home,
that
speaks volumes to me.
No, 100%. It speaks volumes.
And we both of us said a couple of days ago we'd have been happy to leave at half time, and I'm the same. I don't like leaving games early. But quite easily have gone home at half time and
no, you could have went at half
been
time
bothered
and
at all.
we didn't win that game. You wouldn't have had to check Sky. You would have known we didn't win that game.
Absolutely, yeah.
Another note that I've got on this was the substitutions. Of them back three, when you're making a sub and then back three, I agreed you had to bring the centre back off in that situation. Did Hughes come off when we was 2 down, or was we 1 down when he came off?
Had we already conceded the second?
Was,
yeah, I think yeah.
So yeah, we had to make an attacking sub. Of them 3 centre backs, Hughes was the one who was guaranteed to stay on for me.
I agree. Yeah.
Hughes has actually been playing really well, which is the one positive we can get out of the minute. Hughes has come into the team quite well, and if we inevitably do go down, I want to see Hughes starting in League One. I do think he's a good enough player.
Yeah.
In this defence, I just don't think he's a Championship centre back. But then I couldn't say that about a lot of our footballers at the minute. I don't think I could say many of them are Championship players.
No, before this season, I was quite confident on a little handful of our players, and I thought, do you know what, these ones are the ones that are gonna these can cut it, they'll be fine.
We said in our group chat, I think we said more Lang, Keane, Naylor, and McLean. But obviously with McLean with his age, we knew. Oh, and Nyambe as well. Nyambe. Yes. There was a couple that were glaring that we knew would make it in the Championship.
Yeah.
Lang, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and slag off Callum Lang, because Callum Lang is one of our best players, but he's someone who hasn't took to the Championship tremendously well.
Yeah.
He still knows how to take a man on, but it's the end product is all that he's missing at the minute.
Which is strange, because last season his finishing was fucking sublime, but he couldn't. He needed a clear run in front of him to get anywhere with the ball. He couldn't beat a man. Every goal he scored took a deflection from somewhere. Exactly. And do you know what? It's frustrating to watch Callum this year, and it's a little bit disappointing as well, because of everybody, he was probably one of the top 2 that I'd say he's ready for it.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And I don't think that he's played badly. But he's played badly by his own standards.
Yeah, oh no,
he made, he set a standard for himself, and he's fallen below his own bar, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Beth just said do you think it's confidence? I think probably quite a bit of it is to do with confidence.
Yeah, I 100% think it's confidence.
And probably, I think now, especially, is the coaching staff, unfortunately. I think he probably is one of the ones, because, like, everybody's heard Callum speak, and we all know, what he's like. And he is one of those players where he plays with his heart on his sleeve. He's very, very passionate, and he's an emotional player. And I think he was really, really close to Liam.
Yeah.
So I think he's taken it personally. That Liam's got, yeah. We also know he's quite stubborn and quite sarcastic. I think if he decided before a new manager was announced that he wasn't interested and his loyalties were with Liam, I think it's probably anyone would have had a job on their hands to come in and change Callum's mind like that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the opinions of the chat. Charlotte 6417 saying give some of the academy lads a chance. I don't entirely disagree with giving the academy lads a chance, but see, for me, it's why bash another lot of player confidence.
Yeah.
You can bring the academy lads into this team. What for them to get thrashed every week, in my opinion. I say, if the lads that we've got that are meant to be the first teamers obviously aren't playing the way that we know they can play.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in destroying the academy lads and just bashing their confidence as well.
No, no, yeah. See, Lang wasn't good enough for us in the Championship years ago. Why would he be now?
Yeah.
The last time we played in the Championship and Lang played a game for us in the Championship, he was, what, 20, 21?
Yeah.
Very, very inexperienced at any kind of level. This was before, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was before he went out on all his little loans all over the place. I don't think you can judge Callum Lang on the maybe 1 or 2 appearances he made in the Championship 3 or 4 years ago.
Not, yeah.
I think that's unfair to Callum, and I think it's like insulting to the amount of hard work he's put in as well, to be honest.
Yeah. As I say, with the system that we've been playing, another one, do you think I think at the minute we don't have enough solid centre-backs to not play a 3 at the back, which is frustrating. Like, I feel like unless we started Corker and Watmore, which I don't think he'll do, I don't think we can play a 3 at the back. I don't think we can play a 4 at the back, sorry. I think if we're playing a 3 at the back, we have to have an attacking midfielder on as well. If we're playing a 3 at the back, Asgard or Keane has to start at the 10. You can't play a 3 at the back with 3 deep line centre midfielders because it leaves you with no attacking output. It leaves your attacking output from the middle being the Ambe and McLean. Which that we can't get on with that. No,
I can't get on board with McLean as a defender.
I can't, but the problem is play.
However, when you look at the potential other options where people are fit,
Joe Bennett and Tom Pearce.
Do you know what? Everybody raved about Joe Bennett.
In a 4, I'd still start Bennett and put McLean further forward.
In a 4, yes.
Not in a 5, that's all.
No. For some reason, in a 5, I mean, he can't go forward.
No.
And then suddenly he can't defend either. He's probably had 3, maybe 4 very good games for us since he signed. He's obviously spent a great deal of time on the bench.
Yeah.
And occasionally when he has come on, or when especially this season when he started, sorry, but he's been shit. He really has. Like, again, massively inconsistent. There's you don't know what you're gonna fucking get with him.
No. See, Chris has just said, do you think them being out of contract has an effect on how we're playing as well? Not personally, no. Because I think with a lot of the players being out of contracts, I think if Liam was still the manager, a lot of them would have re-signed. I think a lot of the contracts would have already been done by now with Liam, but I think with the insecurities, especially we've got around Kolo at the minute, and in my opinion, it doesn't look like we've got any direction going forwards. I can't see why a lot of players would want to re-sign, especially Jack Watmore, because Jack Watmore's too good for this.
He is, and he's another one as well where I think he'd set his own bar really, really high, and then this season he hasn't met his own standards, and you can see the frustration in him when he's playing.
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah, there's quite a lot of them that are out of contract at the end of this year. Watmore's is up, Naylor's is up, I think. Or have we got Watmore for another year?
No, Watmore's is done at the end of the season.
Yeah, Watmore and Naylor, Power, McLean, Dariqua. There's loads of them. To be fair, we're only going to have...
I think there's only like 11 first teamers who aren't up at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I know Langs I think Langs is 2024, isn't it? Or is it 2026?
Langs is 2025. Asgard is 26. We've got Tom Pearce till 2024.
If
he ever rematerialises.
Yeah. The way it's going, it looks like it's a rebuild next season, essentially.
Again, yeah.
Get some good money for Lang if he leaves. Yeah, we would. We would get good money for Lang. I still think we'd get a couple mil for him from a championship club.
See, this even 6 months ago, I'd have been adamant. I'd have been willing to put my life on the fact that Lang would not go anywhere. For any amount of money. The only time he would consider making a move would be if Everton came in for him. Now, who knows? Boz face again, wouldn't get 100k for Lang. What's this? Why do you have a hang up with Callum Lang? Why you don't seem to like him very much? Tom Pearce has made a cardboard. Yeah, he is, unfortunately. It was pointed out a few days ago that actually for the best part of about 12 months he's done nothing except just exist. Which again, frustrating because during admin he was by far and away one of our best players. And then he's done absolutely nothing since. But still, if he was any good, we would have had offers.
See, there's a lot of speaking in extremes. Like, there's 100% we'd still get money for Lang. 100%. We're not going to get 100k for him, and we're not going to get millions upon millions. Like, the truth lies somewhere in between with Lang. We are still going to get money for him.
You're being realistic. You know, he doesn't go for any more than probably 2.5 mil.
Yeah.
But
if we go down, he goes for $1 mil, less than $1 mil.
Yeah.
In the
probably.
Championship, if we'd have sold them in the summer, we'd got 2.5 mil. In my opinion, I think that's between 2 and 2.5. But I think selling them now, we won't get I don't know what we'd get for them at this point. So that's the thing.
Jordan, you don't seem to agree with that.
No, we completely disagree. That's fair.
I think Lang's around 500k. I'll make an offer. Galloway's pie and a bag of local fruit.
I'll take that, to be fair. I'll take that for the pod.
I'll have the pie, yeah.
See.
Why not?
Butter pie, I'll have that. Yeah. So I've left space for people in the chat to say what they think. Obviously, there's with what we think about Lang there completely.
Yeah, like by all means, chat amongst yourselves. Like, give us.
No, of course.
Tell us what you are thinking as well.
I was like, look at this way. Do you think we couldn't replace Lang with someone who's good as better for $1 mil? No, of course we couldn't. Not a chance.
No, the closest we got to replacing Lang with someone any better than him was Nathan Broadhead.
Yeah.
That's and
Nathan Broadhead just went to Ipswich for $1.5 million.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying $2 million in the summer. We won't get $2 million for him now, but in the summer I genuinely believe we could have got $2 million for him if we'd have sold up. Because if Nathan Broadhead's worth 1.5, Lang's worth 2. Because Lang is a better player than Broadhead.
He is.
Not that, obviously, we're not saying, neither of us are saying we want Callum Lang to get sold. There's not a chance in hell that we want him gone. He is one of our best players.
Ali, I'm only half joking when I say this. I'd rather sell my kid than sell Langer. I am only half joking. It'll be a sad day in Wigan for me when that boy eventually, inevitably does go.
At the end of the season. After he knocks Kolo out on the way out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Swings a dig on the way out.
Yeah, chins him. Fucks off.
And Jamal Lowe on loan. Who's Jamal Lowe gone to in the end? Who did he sign for? I didn't know that had gone through. I knew Bournemouth had. Oh, he's gone QPR. That's a great sign.
Yeah.
I knew Bournemouth had put him up because I seen that on Twitter, but I didn't know he'd gone for $2 million. I didn't know he'd gone to QPR. That's a great sign for them. He's a
Scouser anyway. They've no loyalties to Latics.
Yeah,
man. Right. I mean.
Mate, nice one. Cheers, I'm off then.
I feel like that. Yeah, try. Thank you. I'll take it from here. If you were speaking broadly, if you were speaking generally there on the Scouse kids, I would say that's a really, really, really bad take. There's probably a good 70% of our academy are made up of Scousers.
Oh yeah.
And if you think for even a split second that Callum Lang has got no loyalties to this club, then you don't know anything about Callum Lang.
Oh, completely agree.
They're all Everton rejects. They might be.
The thing is,
they might be, but they come to Wigan and make something of themselves.
Being a Liverpool or Everton reject at Wigan is not something to be ashamed of. I'm not being funny.
No, it's not.
Like, if we're signing players from Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Everton's academy, Premier League academies from around the northwest, that's what happens. Look at half of Blackpool's team. I bet half the Blackpool academy lads are rejects from the likes of Liverpool and Everton. That's just how footy works. Look at half of Tranmere's team. Tranmere's got Charlie Jolly up front. I'm sure he's one of our rejects. They've got Chris Merry in the team.
Yep.
They signed Scouse rejects. It fickles down in football. That's how the academy system normally works. If they don't make it in the Prem, they go to a Championship or a League One club. Yeah, Keane came from United, and
Keane was at United's academy, with Nick Powell.
Yeah, exactly. Forgot we had Nick Powell. Is he still at Stoke?
He is, yeah, for the time being.
Yeah, Leighton Baines. He went from us to Everton, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, he was a Scouse fellow. No, he come from.
But he's Scouse, yeah. So Leighton Baines, I think. Yeah. I might have just made this up, but I think he was at Liverpool's academy first, came to us, and then went to Everton later on.
Yeah. But I say, obviously we've spoke loads about the Luton game. I want to move on because obviously we've still got a week left of the January transfer, and the main rumour obviously going around is Joffrey coming back on loan. Yeah. I say from what I've seen on Twitter in the last day or two, it's between us and Sunderland at the minute. From what all the rumours are going about.
My understanding is this. Leeds decided it would benefit Joe Gelhardt to send him out on loan. When Wigan heard that, Wigan went and, made their offer. Jesse Marsh gave Joe the option to choose where he went. And he was, and still is, as far as I'm aware, quite set on coming back to Wigan. Jesse Marsh then waded in his big size 10s and decided, actually, I'd rather you go to someone higher up in the table, which is entirely fair enough. He's their player. If that's what he thinks is best for him, then fair enough. But Joffrey himself is still quite set on coming here. He's outright turned down something like 9 or 10 other clubs. There was a little thing, I think, about, and Jesse's a dick, yeah, he is. I think was our journal allowed to announce those rumours too early? Potentially.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any blame on him.
Oh no.
I can't.
Was it Kendrick who leaked it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously he's employed by the club. He can only report what he's told he's allowed to report. And then, he reports that everything's more or less done and dusted, and then Jesse Marsh comes in and goes, actually, no, I don't want you to go there. Yeah. That can't be helped. That's not Wigan's fault, and it's not Kendrick's fault.
As I say, from what I've seen today, it is still between us and Leeds. Us and Sunderland, sorry.
The thing with Sunderland is, I think Marsh himself would rather he went to Sunderland, obviously the higher up in the table. Money-wise, they've got more. I think Marsh potentially is considering some kind of
option to buy.
Like some kind of fee for him, which Sunderland could afford. I don't think Sunderland are on the same page about that. I think they would like him. Yeah, I think he's a novelty for Sunderland rather than a necessity.
Whereas if he was to come to us, I don't think we'd be able to afford to buy him. Especially
to buy him? No.
Even with an option to buy, there's not a chance we'll be able to afford him.
No.
Like there's nowhere where that's in the realm of possibility that we buy him. But an 18-month loan, get him on loan till the end of the season. If we stay up, we get him again. Potentially. Well, that's obviously the big if we stay up. We actually turned down Wilder for Kolo. We are going to get onto Kolo Toure.
We're getting to it. We are getting to it.
We're going to go through the transfers and then we are going to get onto Kolo. Don't worry. We're not going to. That's such a massive topic at the minute. We're not going to gloss over.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not going to miss out on it. But yeah, if what Paul Kendrick is saying is right, then Joe still wants to come here. We've already sorted the finance side of things. It's just about whether Jesse Marsh is willing to let him come to the bottom of the Championship.
Yeah.
And that puts Joe in an awkward position as well. He can't. I mean, he could refuse to go anywhere but Wigan.
But then he's pissing off his own manager at the same time.
Leeds still is club at the end of the day.
Club. Imagine if he goes back to Leeds after badly pissing off the manager. It puts him in a horrendous position, which obviously...
Yeah, if he thinks he's, out of favour now.
Yeah, if he thinks his future at Leeds is in jeopardy, he wouldn't risk that for a 6-month loan back to us, unfortunately.
No, because he'll know himself. We can't afford to bring him back permanently.
Oh, no, of course, yeah. He's not daft.
What about Bolton stealing this Burton striker too? They must have more money. This Burton striker was never coming to Wigan.
No,
it was a rumour, nothing more.
If I'm being honest, I don't want him, personally. I thought it was another McGuinness signing. We were just signing another League One ability player to play in the Championship. I just think it would have just been adding more players who aren't fit for the league, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It would have been like us getting Cole Stockton last year. It would have genuinely been the exact same. It's a player who's, don't get me wrong, is what's his name? Is it that Ajib Bayo or something?
Is it Ajib? I don't even know. I couldn't pronounce it. But no, that was that he was never coming here in the first place anyway. So I wouldn't worry about who's got more money than us, because currently out of 24 teams in the Championship, you're probably talking at least 22 of them. Yeah. So I wouldn't stress about it. But yeah, it was the lad from Burton was never coming to Wigan anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to try and pronounce it, but yeah.
Is it Adebayo or something? Whatever it is. The buyout clause was done. It was personal terms, couldn't be agreed. No, it wasn't.
I've heard differently. I've heard very differently.
Yeah, me too. Which suggests money is an issue.
It's no secret that money is an issue.
You would assume that money is an issue when we failed to pay our staff on time 3 times in what?
That's an absolute fucking disgrace, that, by the way.
No, that's
I didn't
that's
actually
a joke.
make a note of that, but let's get on to that. That's a joke, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
We're a Championship club and we can't play the players' wages 3 months on the spin.
Yeah.
I'm not if I know it's a suspended 3. Is it a suspended 3 points deduction?
Yes.
Or suspended? I'm surprised they didn't just give us the 3-point deduction, because it would have been warranted.
I mean, yeah. Listen, if it had come out that we were being deducted 3 points, and this is why, I'd be, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Because we deserve it. Because that's you can't run a business like that. If I went to work all next week expecting to get paid at the end of next week, and then I didn't get it until the following week, I'd be a bit pissed off, because I've got bills to pay and mouths to feed and car to run and all that kind of shit. I'd if that happened 3 times out of 7 or 8,
you'd be fuming. Then
I'd be really fucking annoyed. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's whether or not the money is there. I don't think that's a different matter, I think, and we can speculate about that all we like. We'll see. Is all I can say. We will see. We will.
It's one of them. See, with me, everyone's quick. Obviously, Talal's the face of it. He's not the owner, but he's the club chairman. So he's the face. I'm just going to say Talal because he is the face of it, and it's what we're all seeing.
Yeah.
Everyone adored him 12 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, he was the talk of the town. Everyone loved the fella 12 months ago. And I think the bashing on him is somewhat warranted. But I don't know. I think it goes from one extreme to another at the minute. Especially everyone's in panic stations at the minute, which rightfully so, because we have.
Yeah, like nobody, and I do mean nobody can do meltdown like Wigan Athletic. Like, we are fucking super. Like, if we're shite at everything else, we are fucking unbelievable at panicking. Like, at everything, we're great at it.
Yeah. What Callum said there is bang on. He needs to get off Twitter. Just makes things worse for him. Absolutely.
Yes. Like,
he tweets like a fan. He tweets like
so
one of us.
I think
if you're seeing that from your club chairman, it's a horrendous look.
Yeah. So we said this between ourselves, I think, a couple of months ago. I think we said it over the Liam sacking and whatever else. When we needed him, when they first took over and they were first bringing us out of admin, him being on Twitter was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, because it was a voice.
Because he was, and he was very, very open, and for the most part, I think initially he followed through with what he was saying. Everybody was getting excited at the fucking pen emojis and his quotes and his little clues as to who he might be recruiting and whatever else, and that was great.
It was great when we were the big fish in the small pond in League One.
Yeah.
It was perfect then, because we knew we were... When Wigan Athletic in League One, you can throw your weight around a bit.
Yeah, you can have a little bit about you.
No, exactly, because, I'm not saying we were the biggest club in League One, but financially, it was us, Sunderland, maybe Ipswich, Rotherham are still a decent team at that level.
Yeah.
Like, you're one of the bigger clubs stature-wise in that league.
Yeah, when you've got opposition managers in League One referring to you as the Harlem Globetrotters, you can afford to get a little bit fucking cocky.
Oh, of course.
And it's like every week there was something about how much money's been spent, how many players have been recruited, blah 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 blah. But the Twitter thing for me, I think he probably should have recognised when it was time to come away from that.
Yeah.
Because I still think, and it might be foolish, and probably a lot of people are going to disagree, and it's fine. I still think the Liam sacking was. I do think that there was a little element of pressure from the fans there.
Yeah.
I think he got his first real.
The sacking was premature, but if it was going as it is now, still with Liam, we'd all be calling for his head.
Of course we would. And I've been quite vocal and said from the beginning, I think we made the wrong decision. Had he have been backed in summer, and hindsight is a wonderful thing. Had he have been backed in summer and still gave us the same standard of performance and the same results as he did in his last 10, 11 games, then it would be perfectly well justified for me to get rid.
Yeah.
The fact that he quite blatantly had no transfer budget and not a lot available to him in summer when we needed it the most, and they just sort of threw us into the Championship and went, good luck. One bad run of form after everything he's done for the players, the club, the town.
To just get completely chucked under the bus.
The first little hiccup, and he was like, nah, bye.
He wasn't given the chance to redeem himself at all.
No. And that's what I find annoying.
Oh, no,
because
it's
all these tweets about loyalty and remember who was there for you when no one else was and fucking this, that and the other, and then like the first little struggle, he got binned off.
See, don't get me wrong, when he got sacked, there was we said amongst ourselves in our chats and that, there was definitely question marks. We definitely said he needs to have a bit of pressure on. He didn't need sacking, but he needs telling, lad, you need to sort this out now.
I think we all basically said, didn't we, look, see what it's like after the World Cup, and if there's no improvement, if nothing's changed, like no one's had a word, then, you got to start asking questions.
Oh, definitely.
The timing again of his sacking, weird.
Yeah.
Weird. I think it's been mentioned there a little bit further up in the chat. Someone said about it's a new 3-year deal. Now that deal, Liam's 3-year extension was actually signed last January.
It was in January, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, which would explain all the sort of photos in the older training gear and
everyone clocked it, didn't he? All the photos are in the old training gear.
Yeah.
And like people zoomed in on he's a smart bastard, Everyone zoomed in on like the calendar and that and seen it was still in January and that, like it wasn't a secret that it looked like it was meant to be a secret. It just got announced at a weird time.
Yeah, why not announce? Yeah, why not announce that last January?
Why announce
because last January we'd have all been buzzing with that.
No, yeah, exactly.
Why announce that part way through a season, 6 months late, or 8 months late, whatever it was?
Yeah.
Conveniently, when there's yet more articles being published about staff being paid late, or at least after we won the league, yeah. It got announced as a cover-up for the wages not being paid. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So and again, I feel like I think we've done this a couple of times though, haven't we? I think we're very, very good at smoke screens and making everything appear rosy when it's blatantly not, and nobody believes that it is. It's just odd to me that was a weird thing that it was very strange. And do you know what, the one thing that pissed me off most with the whole sacking saga, it was the way Talal then came on Twitter within a few days and he's pissing about with Alan Nixon. Any Wigan news, Al? Fuck off.
Oh no,
that really bugged me. Yeah, I
think I called
that was a dick move.
I said something on Twitter about that, and he gave me some sarky ass reply as well.
Yeah,
that really pissed me off. That when he's coming out having a big fucking laugh and joke with Nico straight after sacking the manager.
Yeah,
that was
that really bugged
what
me.
Liam had done. You're gonna name a stand after the fella and sack him 18 months later.
Don't go on social media.
And then you're going on Twitter like. It's almost insulting, pissing about to him. It was fucking weird, man.
Yeah, and do you know, I think if Liam had seen that himself, I think he'd have been quite upset, to be honest. Because I think it sounds drastic and like ridiculously over dramatic, and it is, but like for me personally, I've never been that genuinely sad at someone leaving the club. Yeah. And like I fucking well documented it over many years on Twitter. Like,
you can find it on your Twitter. I adore
Callum McManaman. Yeah. I have done since I was a kid. I love him, but even him leaving twice didn't get to me the way Liam sacking did. Like, it genuinely made me sad. It felt. It was like grieving almost.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Weirdly. So then to come on Twitter and see that from your fucking chairman. That really pissed.
Yeah, Greg was good.
Yeah, he was a deadline day fucking departure out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree with you there. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it did feel like a grieve, and it was just a fucking.
It was like a breakup almost. It really was. It was like a breakup, and then. Going to the game the following week, sitting in the stadium and Liam not being there, there was such a weird atmosphere around in that game. Very, very, very strange. Really strange atmosphere.
I wasn't going to go there. It was the Blackpool game straight after, wasn't it? See, I wasn't going to go that game until he got sacked. Genuinely, I weren't going to go because I had plans that day. I only finished work. I finished work at like 2 that day and the match was at 3. I was just gonna say, I'll leave this one because obviously getting home was there. But I was like, nah, you know what? I feel like I had to go.
Yeah.
To show the support after the sacking. Hull at home was the worst atmosphere I've experienced. Yeah, it was dire.
Yeah, that was abysmal.
Yeah, it was absolutely dead. It was absolutely Sunderland. See, I couldn't go to the Sunderland game, but I've heard that was shocking as well.
I didn't go to the Sunderland game. I watched it. I watched it at home. and
Was it Tuesday night, wasn't it?
It was Tuesday night or Wednesday night or whatever it was.
It
was like midweek anyway, but that was
I think I
difficult
couldn't go because of the I think the trains were a nightmare. I couldn't get there.
Yeah,
I could get there, but I couldn't get home. So anyway, I'm going off a tangent here, but no, I completely agree. Leads us on to the next topic that I'm sure everyone's really excited to talk about. Board members and everyone on Twitter and tell us. Oh no, 100%. Yeah, that you bang on there. The board members are hoping on Twitter and telling us to be positive and they're taking the piss out of us. 100% agree with that.
Yeah, positivity breeds positivity.
Hashtag believe and all that bollocks.
Yeah, well, that is all very well and good, but do you know what else breeds positivity? Some fucking points, and we've currently got this many. So can we at least attempt to just look like you're trying? Do you know what I mean? I can take a loss. I'll take a loss every game if it looks like we're trying.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
This blatant, half-assed, no one can be bothered, fuck it, we've lost before we've even kicked off, is not the one.
No one's playing.
It's not the one.
No one's playing. It leads me on nicely to the next topic. No one's playing for this fucking manager.
No.
Leads me on to it now. Kolo Toure. What's the...
Okay.
The genuine...
The bloke is so blatantly...
Sorry, Emma. I just want everyone in the chat... One genuine... I know your opinion already, but opinions on Kolo.
So, for me, he's so blatantly, so far out of his depth.
Yeah.
And it's painfully obvious. The man is not a manager. His coaches, no, not for me. I think when the away fans come into your ground and they're stood there jumping up and down and singing and shouting and they're chanting the manager's name with the biggest undertone of sarcasm in the world, that should give you an indication of
how it's going.
Of the general opinion.
Yeah.
He shouldn't... See, whether or not you agreed with... I'm going to go back to it, but whether or not you agreed with Liam being sacked when he was and whatever else, what we really, really needed to get right there was the appointment, and we could not have got it any more wrong.
Who did you want, like genuine, who did you want when we lost Liam? Who was your first choice for manager?
I think I was leaning more towards Edwards, I think.
Was she, yeah?
I think so, yeah. Again, Wilder could have been an option.
See, I wanted Critchley, personally.
Yeah, Critchley was a good shout as well.
Yeah, Critchley or Edwards. I was really under the opinion that Critchley was the best appointment we could have got. Edwards or Wilder, yeah, that's fair. Edwards, Critchley, Wilder. Joey Barton, fuck off.
Absolutely fucking not.
No. Not
no.
for me personally. Is he Ian Evans? Yeah, absolutely. Just to piss them lot off, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Get the cigars out for Bolton. Yeah, start fucking... He'll put one else on fucking...
Someone with some relegation survival experience, at least. Yeah, I mean, yeah. All for Big Dunk, me.
Yeah, I remember Ben.
Yeah, Ben was very, very much in favour of Big Dunk.
I remember talking to Ben about Big... It was me, George, Adam, and Ben were talking about that. Fucking with the Big Dunk appointment. Was not in favour of Big Dunk.
Gerard was up Rivington Park the week of the interviews, was convinced it was him. So I heard a very, very, very strong rumour that he was quite interested in the job, Steven Gerrard. I mean, managerial wise, might not have been my first choice, but I was absolutely all for another Scouser coming into this club. I do. I really do.
Podcast with me, you just love Scousers.
Yeah, it's just an excuse to sit here and listen to you talk.
Honestly, man, honestly. What I heard with Gerrard was we couldn't give him the budget he wanted for transfers. I don't know how true that is.
I think that sounds plausible, to be honest. I think, to be honest, what we've tried to do with Kolo is to skate over the big fuck up they've made this far. They thought we need a big name in, someone that's going to lift the fans.
Why do we get Kolo?
So we've Because I didn't want it.
That's
it.
Got his brother's
just
name
go
instead.
for the next best thing. Yeah. It would just turn into a horse contest. Exactly.
And he'd win.
And he'd win. Yeah.
I'm not beating him on that, am I? Let's be honest.
But can you just imagine the conversations at Chrissy Park between Gerrard and Lang? Honestly, I'd be so tempted to get a job. Just to like, I'd be a fucking dinner lady. I'm not
just tea lady for them, innit?
Yeah, like I'll I'll be your water boy. I don't give a shit.
The thing with getting, obviously, everyone's gonna say I wanted Gerrard or Critchley because I'm a Scouser, and everyone fucking, it's the running joke of me being a closet red. The thing with Gerrard and the thing with Critchley is when half your team's fucking Scousers, and you've just sacked Liam, it's one that you're leaning towards makes sense of an appointment to still suit your squad.
Yeah.
The way I'm looking at it, you can slaughter me there in the chat if I'm wrong. But if you want someone who's gonna understand the team, then it
I think you've got a point, because I think generally speaking, Scousers attract Scousers, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, you can spot one from fucking 10 paces away. So I think if we had to bring someone new in, starting with a Scouser probably wouldn't have been a bad option.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been. I think it's very, very apparent that Kolo Toure is not managerial experience.
Oh no, 100%.
It's not got it. And he certainly is not cut out to manage in the Championship.
No.
Not yet.
That's all.
I don't think he can manage. I'm not convinced his coaches can coach.
No.
Have
you seen the it's been going on Twitter there, and I'll send it after this, or I'll put it on the Chattin Tics podcast. But have you seen the video of before the Luton game with there's fucking no coaches out? And they're just kicking the ball amongst themselves.
They're just doing fucking keepy-uppies in the corner.
What the fuck's that?
Where are you and what are you doing? Like, you've fucking got a game in less than half an hour. And to the rest of us, it looks like you sat in the office drinking a cup of tea.
Honestly.
Like, why are you not on the fucking pitch with your players?
I hadn't actually seen that clip until about half an hour before this podcast. And it just said so much to me.
Yeah. And then you look at, like, it's getting towards the end of the game, the Luton game on Saturday, and there's 4 of them huddled around a tablet, and not one of them's got an answer to what the fuck's going on.
You're reading the P45, I heard.
I really, really hope that's true.
See, I highly doubt it's true, but I've seen rumours on Twitter saying he's gone after Blackburn. I don't think it's true, but I'm seeing a lot of rumours saying he's already potentially gone. Or he's already looking like...
Yeah, I've seen 1 or 2 things saying, the board are considering his position. Which actually I think is pretty fucking rich of the board.
Honestly.
But, I just think, like, the novelty of last year and, like, the highs were really, really high, and then now the lows are just really, really low. I think it's become apparent that not only have we got a manager that can't manage and coaches that can't coach, we've also got owners that aren't really that great at running a football club.
Yeah. Why did you say that, mate? Yeah.
It's just a feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Just a feeling. Yeah, again, lovely people, probably very, very, very good businessmen. Footballing wise,
Shambles.
It's not good, is it?
See, someone said there, even when we equalised against Cardiff, we celebrated with us 2 staff, not the players or Rob Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah.
I didn't actually see that. I haven't seen that, but as I say, it doesn't surprise me at all that none of the players have run to him to celebrate with your manager.
No.
Like, it doesn't shock me at all, to be honest.
No, I actually the last home game that Jordan Cousins played in, I can't remember who it was against. It was probably fucking Luton. We played them every week for about 6 months.
Surprised you haven't had the fucking "can we play you every week" chance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He subbed Jordan Cousins off. And then, so where I sit in the stadium, I'm very, very, very close to the dugout. There's literally 4 seats along that front line, and then me.
You can see it on Sky if you watch it on the fucking. If you watch the match on the telly, you'll see it every game.
Yeah, the the lights reflect off my massive forehead. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. He brought Jordan Cousins off, and clearly Jordan Cousins was not happy about it. He came off the field, and they just stood at the side of the pitch having a big banner. Him and Kolo just shouting at each other. Didn't look good. And then I heard that carried on in the changing rooms after. Yes, it was Hull, Hugh. Thank you very much.
Aziz looked shocked to be taken off. Yeah, I'll let you finish now. I'll get on to that.
Yeah, they come off and they were having quite a blatant argument at the side of the pitch, which doesn't look great. I mean, if there's just rumours that there's been a disagreement in the changing rooms, then Lang pissed off at half time. He got substituted for Broadhead, and then he just fucking left apparently.
I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that as well. That he just
again, like none of these things are fact. Like it's just little whispers that I've heard, but it's all speculative. But yeah, apparently Lang pissed off when Broadhead came on. The argument with Jordan Cousins, I saw with my own eyes, so that. Wasn't great.
That's true. He was there.
Yeah.
Aziz, the point of Aziz looked shocked to be taken off. I thought Aziz was one of our better players against Luton. I actually thought Aziz was.
Which time?
The most recent one, the 2-0. I didn't think Aziz actually played that bad. I thought Aziz in the middle of the 3 centre mids, Aziz and Christ should not be the 2 coming off. Let's just say that.
I'm actually going to disagree there.
Oh, really?
Because I don't think Aziz did anything worth writing home about on Saturday.
Oh, no, I'm not saying he had an unbelievable game. But of the 3, there's one more who should have came off before him.
It wouldn't have been my first choice for sub. Ryan's
well into what I'm about.
Yeah. There's one or two I'd have taken off first.
I'm not swearing by him saying he had an unbelievable game or not.
No.
He's just not the first one. I thought Christ looked alright as well, to be fair.
I think Christ looked good. Aziz did like 3 step overs and put Corker in the shitter once he had the best of it.
No, he wasn't unbelievable, but I'm saying, as I said, he was not the one I would have brought off.
No. With Aziz, I think he looked really good off the bench last time. That hurt, yeah. Didn't really do anything for me on Saturday. A lot of sideways, a lot of nothing really.
Emma's camera's gone off. Hashtag we lose. I'm trying to sort it. Hang on, I'm going to try and get Emma back in here. I don't know what the fuck's happened there. Where's my mouse? Sorry about that. What's she done? Hello. Emma?
What?
I don't know what happened then. You just completely went off.
So did you.
Sorted it.
There we go. Hi again. Aziz, for me, didn't really do a great deal on Saturday. I think he looked good coming off the bench, but starting the other day, not my favourite. But what I will say is, surprisingly, I don't think neither Tilt nor Power were the worst ones on the field on Saturday. I don't think they were great.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were the worst ones.
Who would you say it was?
I actually think Nyambe had a really, really bad game.
Yeah.
Ben Amos wasn't great, was he?
I don't think the thing with Amos is I don't think there's much he can do about either of the goals. personally. I don't think he's doing anything about that first one.
The first one, no. Arguably the second one, I don't think...
I don't think he's at fault for the second one.
He's not at fault for it, but I don't think he put himself in the right position.
Yeah, he's not the problem.
I think the thing with Amos is Fletcher is a waste of space. Right. I'm going to touch on this. I'm just going to completely leave what I was going to say then. Fletcher is a waste of space. I don't think Fletcher was that bad on Saturday. However, up until that point, on the rare occasion that we have seen him, I haven't actually seen him do anything.
Yeah.
He runs around a lot, which is fantastic, but as a forward, why are you running around a lot when you haven't even got the ball? What's the fucking point, please?
Yeah.
He literally just does a lot of running in circles, and not much else, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. No, he's probably not for me either, to be honest. I'm not mad about him.
It's one of them, like... Sorry, I've just been trying to fix my mic again. For the next stream, I will have this mic sorted, by the way. Apologies for how echoey it is at the minute. But, seeing as we say that every week with Fletcher. Every week we can set a Fletcher on again. Shit, that's it, isn't it? It's fucking, who do you want to steal your wife? That's the debate you're having with them too.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
See, the thing is with Fletcher is the backup to Wyke, isn't he? If you can get Wyke on the pitch,
probably,
starts every week. But I feel like we've said this about Fletcher every time he gets on the pitch. Oh, he's alright, he's doing this, okay, he's doing that, alright. At the end of the day, he's not scoring enough goals.
I mean, he's not scoring any goals, and that's sort of the point.
He hasn't scored for us, has he?
No.
Bring Humphreys back. Humphreys doesn't want to play for us, mate.
Listen, the chances of us seeing Humphreys in a Wigan shirt again is slim to none.
No, Humphreys.
Bordering on impossible. He doesn't want to come here.
No.
That's the top and bottom of it. He does not want to play for us. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't fucking blame him. Leave him where he is. Let him enjoy his football. Go about our day.
Come on, lad.
A Wyke Fletcher front two would do.
Personally,
no. See,
a Wyke Lang front two would. For me, a Wyke Lang front two with Keenan behind them would be my front three.
Yes.
See, I think we need to stick with the five at the back, as I said earlier, because the defence isn't good enough. But you need to make sure you're not losing too much going forward.
Yeah.
I agree with Lang's wasted on the wing. If you look at him last season, his best performances probably did come out on the right.
Yeah.
But this season, he's not good enough at getting infield, so you need to just put him, as stupid as it sounds, put him closer to the goal.
Yeah.
Like, for me personally, Lang can't play as a winger in the Championship.
No, as a League One winger.
Yeah.
Superb.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. Championship, I don't think he's quite got it in the tank to keep up.
Yeah.
So I'd definitely put him a little bit further forward.
Yeah.
Wyke Broadhead would have been perfect. Wyke Broadhead was perfect. Yeah, it was demonstrated. It was very, very, very good. However, Broady's not here anymore, so that's not going to happen. Joe Gelhardt would be the one. Potentially Wyke Gelhardt. Let Latics gel. Yeah, well.
With the manager. He's not quick enough on the wing, just gets outpaced loads. Possibly.
Potentially. See, do you know what I think it is? Again, it's been well documented. Physically, he's not strong enough. So when he's getting challenged out there, he hits the deck.
Yeah.
And I think it's literally just because he's got no other option but to.
Yeah.
He's not winning the challenge. He's not taking the ball. He can't pass it backwards because where the fuck is our right back? We don't know. So just hit the deck and see if you can get something for it.
I thought Chinny was our best midfielder. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's more than meets the eye with the Shinny situation. There's got to be. For the fact he's without a doubt our best midfielder out of... So say before January it was it was Power, Naylor, Cousins and Shinnie. Who are you starting out with them for? I bet we'd both say Cousins and Shinnie.
Cousins and Shinnie.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Cousins, obviously Cousins was still recovering from injury.
Yeah.
But Shinnie just couldn't get in the team half the time.
No, and this is what confuses me, because if 10,000 fans every week
seeing the same thing,
can say, you know, he's because when he was playing, I think he got man of the match every game bar one.
Yeah.
If we can all see that, there's definitely something behind the scenes there for him to be out of favour with two separate coaches.
Yeah.
Tom Naylor's been a revelation under Kolo.
Has anyone been a revelation under Kolo?
I don't know if I agree with that as such. I think Tom Naylor, again, is another one that's very, very inconsistent. Tom Naylor can have 2 or 3 exceptional games and then drop an absolute clanger. I don't know. I still think Naylor's got it in him. It's just see. So when he's on form and he's good, he's really, really good. When he's not, he's really not. Which isn't great.
Yeah, just going through some of the comments. Would Lang not work in the 10 and push Keane up in 9 and put Tello on the right? I don't think Lang.
I would not put Lang in a 10.
No, I don't think he's good enough playing the ball. I don't think he can play someone in good enough personally.
Nope. No, I don't think so.
I'd sooner put Tello in the 10 if we're going down that route.
See, as far as I can remember, Tello was always in a 10 for the academy.
Yeah.
And I like him though. I think that's where he plays best.
Yeah.
But with Tello in the 10, where do you put Keno?
Up top. I think you've got to.
I don't think he's great as a
striker.
As a striker. I really don't. I think he plays better in the 10 as well. However,
I agree with you there, but I think if we're starting Tello and the Cam as the 10, Cam 10, fucking FIFA talk that. I think if you're starting Tello in the 10, I still think you need to get Keane on the pitch, and I think he's better than the options we've got to play striker. I'd sooner have Keane as a striker than either Fletcher or McGuinness. I'd still rather have Keane and Wyke or Keane and Lang. Lang and Wyke's probably my go-to, but where'd you put Keane then? It's one of them, like...
See, I've moaned about Keane. Like, I've said it so many times, and I stand by it. I'm not, contradicting myself. When he's not having a good game, he looks very, very, very lazy.
Yeah.
And yes, he's scoring goals, but he doesn't appear to be doing a lot else.
No.
So, for me, he looks lazy, but I absolutely agree that we will be miles worse off without him. So he has to be on the pitch because he's the only one that is fucking scoring goals.
No, that's it, isn't it? It's one of them. He's a top scorer. Almost all goals coming from them, so may as well. No, exactly that. He's our top scorer.
Yeah.
That's, as much as he's not playing well, and I completely agree, but no one on this pitch is playing well.
No.
You in the situation we're in now, dropping Keane would be suicidal. It would just be... It'd be the fan.
We might as well all pack up and go home.
No, exactly, yeah.
What's the deal with Wyke? Does anyone know? Wyke is still coming back from a knee injury.
Yeah. I didn't actually know that, to be fair. I knew he was injured, but I didn't know actually what.
Apparently, it was only a small knee injury, but it was niggling. So his return has been pushed back by a couple of weeks. Yeah. But as far as I know, everything's all good. He is on his way back. Can't tell you the last time I looked at the team sheet and thought to myself, that's a good all-round team.
Oh, that's a bang-on point, that, Josh. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, which is the problem, isn't it?
No, 100%. That's spot on. That. Every time we look at the team sheet, there's at least 3 things that you turn around and say, he shouldn't be in the team. I wouldn't have played that.
Yeah.
And it's not like anyone's got the same opinion, like a different.
No, I was just going to say, do you know what though? We could get every single person in this stream now could drop the preferred starting 11, and they'll all be different.
Tilton wouldn't be in any of them.
No. So if I had my way, Tilt wouldn't be in the stadium, let alone the fucking team sheet. But besides the point, if we could all put our preferred 11 forward now, and they'd all be different. You've got to ask yourself who's actually picking these teams because the same since Richardson. Yeah. See, the problem there, Ryan, is
I'm sorry for laughing. Then I saw got to ask yourself, and the first thing that comes to mind was what will Paul Pogba do?
What would Paul Pogba do in this situation?
I was like, oh, sorry, that made me laugh. Carry on.
Where is Pogba? The problem there, Ryan, with it's largely the same team since Richardson, is because we've got largely the same players. As Richardson. We don't have an awful lot of squad depth, which I think was one of our biggest issues in the first place.
Yeah.
Which also, does Tilt only start on the fact it's a left footer? Yeah, I am firmly of the opinion that is a fact. It's not on his fucking ability, is it? There's no way, unless that man is an absolute monster in training, and I highly doubt it. There is no way at all that man starts before the likes of Watmore, Corker and Hughes if he was right-footed.
Yeah.
No chance. Not a chance.
Yeah, we'll move on now then. Nice one for everyone who's dropped a follow during this stream now. Thank you very much. I do really appreciate it. We've had a lot of follows coming. I've the only reason I've not replied to all of them is because there's been quite a few going through. I don't want to stop Emma or myself in the conversation, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you. Just to move the convo on now a bit, Emma, because we are an hour 20 in. I want to get on to Blackburn on the weekends. Obviously, fucking none of us want to watch it, do we? But what I'll say about Blackburn is the first question I want to ask: what will be your lineup? And we'll go from there.
Ooh.
I completely agree.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Just look that in it.
Yeah.
What would be my lineup for Blackburn?
I'm just going to get back up. Sorry.
Right.
You know what, we'll start off. Are you playing Jones or Amos? Because that's been a bit of a debate at the minute.
This is what I'm struggling with now, internally. I'm going to go Jones, I think.
Would you go Jones? Yeah.
See, I don't know, because I think... Excuse me, sorry. I think Jones would be a lot better than he's displayed if he had a defence he could trust.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the issues with our... I mean, neither of our keepers are very good.
In glory this season,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, they haven't made... They've not made themselves look good at all. Jones has more passion. Yeah, Amos distribution is shocking also, yeah.
See, for me with Jones, when we was in administration, as soon as we got out of it, the crazy transfer window where we signed about 15 players.
Yeah.
When we was picking that team, all of us were saying when we was in administration, Jones isn't good enough for League One. So when everyone's jumping on the thing of Jones start, and I genuinely believe it's ludicrous, I don't think Jones should be anywhere near the starting 11 at the minute. Don't get me wrong, I'm not swearing by Amos. Amos has not been good at all this season. I say if you look at the save percentage of every goalkeeper in the league, both our goalkeepers are in the bottom 4.
Yeah.
Like, neither.
Do you know what it is for me though?
If you don't.
The slight little edge for me is Jones seems to pull off these world-class saves out of nowhere, but then he's fucking dire for the rest of the game. And that's potentially the only thing that's swaying me. But against Blackburn, though, see, you going Amos as well? No, see, I'm going to cave to peer pressure now. I've changed my mind. I'm going with Amos.
Are you going Amos?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go through my team. I'll go through my team first while you think. I had Amos in goal. A back three of Corker on the left, Watmore in the middle with Hughes on the right, obviously providing that Watmore's fit.
Yep.
I have my wing backs as Niambe and McLean, but in all honesty, I could be swapped to put Dariqua on the right just because he's got a little bit more going for him. If we're playing a back three, you know what? I will drop with that. I'd go to. I'm gonna get slaughtered in the comments here, but I probably.
No, but I agree. I agree. If we're going wing backs,
right back. If we're going
wing backs, it's got to be Dariqua.
Because if we're playing 3 centre backs, putting Niambe at right wing back isn't attacking enough.
No.
So I'd go Dariqua and McLean as my wing backs. 2 centre mids, I'd probably go Naylor and Christ. I'd put Keane in the 10 with Lang and Fletcher up front, probably. Providing everyone that's fit. Or I'd have Aziz and Christ in the middle with...
No.
What, you wouldn't?
No.
See, I've went for Naylor and Christ, Keane in the 10 with Lang and Fletcher up top.
I think I agree with that for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, we're saying this. We all know it's going to be Hughes, Corker and Tilt. We're saying all this that what we want, but we know it's going to be Hughes, Corker, Tilt. And Power and fucking Christ in the middle.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Like, I got a few comments at the start saying that we was bashing Power too much. Emma, you'll stand by me this in the chat. I've actually been defending Power quite a lot up until the last 2 weeks. I'm actually still a fan of Power. I do think if we go down to League One, he'll start every week and he'll go back to being our best centre mid in League One.
100%.
I just don't think he's stepped up to the league very well.
No, and do you know what? That's not even a personal criticism of him.
No.
It is what it is. He's not good enough to be a championship player anymore.
No.
It's not his fault. No. He's just not.
If we go down, I'd give him a new deal still.
If we were to go down, I'd give him another year.
I'd still give him another year if we got relegated.
Yeah. If we somehow managed to pull off the greatest of greatest games again and stayed in this league, then sorry, but no. Yeah, I'd drive into Tranmere myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No. If he doesn't get a new deal at us, he's going Tranmere, isn't he? Let's be honest.
I would have thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. McLean's off this year.
Yeah.
He's going back to Derry.
Yeah.
Aziz will be remembered for throwing a flare and adding birds on Instagram.
Seen that? That's bang on.
Facts. That's
shags who he wants, Aziz, doesn't he?
Absolutely, yeah.
Miguel Aziz, he shags who he wants. That's what we need to be singing from ES2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Power's a good League One player, in fairness, completely agree.
Yes,
would start in the Prem if we were there. Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, probably. But no, in terms of the lineup, though, I think I'd probably agree with that. How many kids has he got out in a beef, you reckon? At least 12.
Hundreds.
All of them.
They're probably not in a beef, they've probably flown back to like Essex and Kent and shit like that. He's probably got loads of kids there because he whacked the birds up over there.
Yeah. He's definitely got like illegitimate children all over the place.
Without a doubt.
110%, yes.
He's got all over the place. 100%. See, my prediction team will be... I reckon we'll start Amos in goal. It'll be Hughes, Corker and Tilt at the back. Sprinkled everywhere.
I'm just in my head I saw this and I was like...
Fucking Salt Bay.
Yeah, it was just that. That was the first thing that popped into my head. That's all I saw. Little afros in a beef. Yeah, absolutely.
Once on the concourse, you know.
Yeah.
Agree with Pacanando's lineup. Oh no, that's our best team. With obviously with Kerr.
I'm so again slightly biased, but I am so desperate to see Tom Pearce back in this lineup, and it's a shame because he just doesn't do anything, does he? He's just here, just like Jordan said, he's just existing.
Honestly,
like
Kerr wants out. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So would you?
Honestly,
he's the Phil Jones of Wigan.
Phil Jones will come on loan. He's doing football.
I'll take Phil Jones. I will take Phil Jones. I'll take Phil Jones on one leg.
Honestly. Over Till, Steffo.
Yeah. He's injured at the moment.
Yeah, he is.
Is it? Yeah, he is. He's back training on the grass with everybody else, which is a big jump from where he was sort of 3 or 4 weeks ago. The last update I heard, he was due back sometime in February.
Yeah. I'm saying I heard that from you.
I was going to say, didn't I tell you that?
I heard that, yeah. I heard that from the fucking gobshite on the stream with me.
Yeah, he was due back sometime in February. Whether that's still the case or not, I don't know. We will see.
We'll see.
I've been saying for a while, Pierce will do bits under Kolo if he wants to be playing this aggressive attacking football. See, this is the thing, and I've taken so much shit for this over the last 12 to 18 months.
Rightfully so. Because I completely
probably.
I'll let you finish. But...
Probably. Yes, probably. However, we all know, right? And I'm sure he knows himself. Tom Pierce is not fantastic defensively.
No.
Right? What he has got is, again, we're in the same situation with our left backs and we are with the right backs. One of them, in a 4, would be very, very good at defending. Joe Bennett.
Yeah,
the other one...
now because I don't know fucking what one he was on about.
I'm still the other one...
Which one's good?
The other one, in a 5, is exceptional at getting forward. And he's got a really, really precise cross on him.
Yeah.
Which is something that we're missing. Because
as
I said that about McLean last year, and then now this year he couldn't. It's a fucking barn door. That wicked cross he's got. He has got a really, really good cross on him. It's very, very precise. He does seem to pick a spot and find a man in that box 9 times out of 10. He's just all over the place defensively, isn't he? He's just not good at defending, which, as a defender, probably isn't your best trait, is it? It's not ideal.
Wing back is without a doubt his best position. With a competent centre half behind, you couldn't play Pierce as the left wing back with Tilt as the left centre back. You'd get overrun. You'd get absolutely demolished. And he has pace, yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, exactly, which is something else that we're missing. Again, last season, McLean, fantastic on that wing, up and down that wing, and the man is a fucking machine for his age, and he will still be playing football when he's 40, just not for us. Yeah. You can tell he's lost his edge now, and he can bomb forward and then not get back quick enough, or he'll be a little bit hesitant going forward and then sit back too far. Bennett doesn't close players down, stop crosses coming in the box. Yeah, then you have Tilt as first man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, spot on.
But yeah, I definitely think the pace and the crossing is what we're missing. But I think we miss it on both sides.
Yeah, no, completely.
To be honest, like you could argue that your wide players should be some of your strongest players, and they're not. Which is and do you know what I'm saying that? And I've just remembered we actually have an Anthony Scully. Exactly. Honestly. See, I'm starting to think I fucking made this chap up. He does exist, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't. He's not a real
person.
No,
just a figment of our imagination collectively.
I'm convinced he's not real.
That's fair enough.
I'm convinced his name only exists for insurance purposes or for tax evasion purposes or something.
So there's something dodgy going on somewhere.
Man, he does not exist.
I seen his name on the team sheet. He was on the bench. He was named as a substitute against... Was it Luton? Might have been Luton.
Which game?
The most recent one. Was he?
Nah, he weren't on the bench.
Was it not the recent one? He was named on the bench at some point for a home game anyway. Yeah. And as I've already said, I sit right next to the bench. I have never seen that man in person, not once.
No.
And I'm not even exaggerating. I have never seen that man in person.
Through Scully, yeah. That's my conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Buying Scully from Lincoln was money laundering.
We're doing. There's something fishy. We are doing something dodgy. He's a myth. He must be. He absolutely must be. I don't even see him on like the fucking training videos and that anymore. He's just not her. How's he not getting minutes? It's actually baffling. He's a good player, the level below. So after all these winless games, give him some minutes. Again, there must be something though. Like what?
He was on the bench in the FA Cup replay.
Was it the FA Cup? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it must have been. It's like, he wasn't in the weekend. He wasn't on the bench on the weekend.
I knew he'd been named on the bench at some point for a home game.
Yeah.
But he just wasn't present. Like,
Jordan
that's it. He
Jones,
just wasn't. He wasn't there.
We still have Jordan Jones and McGrath. Jordan Jones will never.
Jordan Jones is never, ever, ever coming back here. Never in a million years.
Interesting one. McGrath's interesting because he wasn't Liam. Was it who signed him? Because it weren't Liam. Was it Mal?
I think he was Mal Brannigan's idea.
He wasn't Liam signing what I heard. It was...
No, don't think it was Liam's choice. No. And to be honest, that might be one of our issues. Maybe Mal Brannigan's got slightly too much input. And this is why we're bringing folk in that don't get games.
Yeah.
That's just speculation anyway. But yeah, Scotland, aka Ibin. Yeah. Once you've played for Wigan Athletic,
you're guaranteed a place.
You go to Scotland.
Any Scottish club other than Celtic or Rangers will take you.
Yeah. At least even if you don't do good at Wigan Athletic, you can go on and be on fire in Scotland.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, McGrath is interesting, I think. Or McGrath, however the fuck you want to pronounce his name, I don't know that one either. Interesting, James Tavernier. I think he's the. I mean, even fucking. What's his face? Omelette boy.
Which one?
What's his name? Josh Wendass.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Even he went to Rangers.
Oh shit! Did we get him from Rangers or did he go to Rangers after us?
He was at Rangers after us, wasn't he?
Was he? I must be wrong. Who did we get him from? We got him from the Scottish Prem, didn't we? Anyone got it? I can't actually remember.
Where did we get Josh Wendass from?
Yeah, it might have been St Mirren.
Was it St Mirren?
We got him from Rangers. Did he go back to Rangers after us? I can't even type on my keyboard because I've got a big fuck off mic in the way.
Bought it from Rangers, yeah. Oh, because had he been on loan at us before that and then went to Rangers? Yeah. Is that where I'm getting mixed up?
Yeah.
Yeah. He came to us permanently from Rangers, but we'd had him on loan before that, hadn't we?
Yeah, we did. And then obviously we got rid of him to Wednesday.
Yeah. Went on loan to Wednesday and then stayed there.
As I say, just to head towards wrapping up now, what is actually going to be the plan with these, Emma? Are we saying one? Should we aim for one a week?
I mean, to be honest, we should probably leave that open.
Yeah.
To these guys that have just wasted a good hour and a half of their time listening to us chat shit.
I mean, if people are more than happy to listen to us chat shit, because we'd be having this chat anyway. If I'm being honest, I'd be chatting to you after most games, talking shit.
Yeah. We're either going to record it and chat, including you lot, or we're going to end up on the phone for 2 hours.
Yeah. Either way. If we do this way, you lot enjoy it. This is great. Oh, thank you very much, Joe. Really appreciate that, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Nice one, mate.
Love that.
I think is Wednesdays good for you?
Yeah.
Because if we do Wednesdays, if we've got a midweek on a Tuesday, we can talk after the midweek as well. Because then that's still fresh in the mind because we'll have 2 games. A good forum to vent. Yeah, that's the plan. I have just, shameless plug, I've just popped my own Twitch name in the chat as well. So if you don't follow me already, please go and follow me. Everyone drop a follow on Twitch. The plan was to do this on ours, but I was trying to set it up last minute, and I couldn't get it to work on Streamlabs, so we just ended up doing mine because I already had it set up. Yeah. But honestly, everyone go and drop Emma a follow on Twitch. There's a lot of Resident Evil, a lot of gaming, a lot of cards. She's drop her a follow. I mean, I haven't actually gamed for a little while. But I will get back into it. Rob Keenan did go to Rangers from Wigan as well. Do you know what? I fucking loved Rob Keenan. Now as you've just mentioned his name, I really, really did. I absolutely loved Rob Keenan. That's it. I feel all nostalgic now. Don Kerry went to Hearts. He did as well. Fucking hell. Don Kerry, man. Going down a wormhole there. Fucking hell. And we've had
Lee McCulloch went to Rangers. We literally have had so many of them.
We just send everyone to Scotland.
Like, if you come to Wigan Athletic, once your time's up, you go to Scotland for your career 100%. To die. Don Cowick and fuck off, then fuck off again. Correct.
Yeah,
he was abysmal. Completely agree. There's been loads of them, haven't there? Like,
I feel like I missed someone. Well,
Jamie Walker went. Did we get Jamie Walker from Scotland, and then he went back to Scotland? Because he's been all over the place in Scotland, hasn't he?
Balogun. Didn't we get Balogun from Rangers?
Did we get him from Rangers, or did we send him to Rangers?
Either way,
the Hearts Doodoo went to court for. McNaughton went to Inverness. Malcolm McCar's going to rob Stones in to keep him hostage.
Yeah, probably.
Got Walker from Hearts, then went back there because he wasn't settled. I mean, he went back there because he was half shit.
We went to... Yeah, you're probably right.
Andy Webster. Fucking hell. Forgot he existed as well. Jesus.
Is our scouting pool literally just sat in, like...
We buy them from Liverpool, take a chance, they're either going to end up really good or really shit, and then off they go to Scotland. Yeah, we even tried to send Callum Lang. Callum Lang is the only one that's gone to Scotland and come back.
He went to
He's the only man that's managed to do it. He was at Motherwell. He's the only man we've ever sent to Scotland that's come back. Everyone else has fucking stayed there.
Oh, fucking hell.
Might as well be sending them to bastard Narnia. We just stick them in the wardrobe and they fucking disappear.
Right, final thought. What are we saying about the Blackpool game? What score do we get beat?
What score do we get beat? I am going with 3-0, I think.
What do you think we get?
To Blackburn.
Oh, absolutely. Like, there's no one's predicting we will.
I mean, just in case anybody was, wildly getting that confused, and I did not mean we were scoring 3 goals at all. I'm going to say 3-0.
I don't want to sit on here and just be negative about Wigan, by the way. Obviously, it's a very negative doom and gloom time about Wigan.
Positivity breeds positivity.
Hashtag believe.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fine margins and such.
2-0 Blackburn, 3-1 Blackburn.
Nearly to make it 2-1 in the 62nd minute. That's a fair shout, that, do you know? You park the buzz and still lose. Don't know about how many thought. Yeah, pretty much 3-1 Blackburn. We'll take the lead and collapse. Standard. See, is a 3-0 loss improvement on the 4-1s because we've not conceded as many, or are we getting worse because we've not scored?
I'm not sure, but either way, it's shite.
Bet you'll do a sim on FIFA Hugh and we'll lose 7-0. Yeah.
We'll lose like 8-3 or something on Hugh Sims.
Yeah.
Hugh, if you're still here, by the way, Hugh, I want you to add up all your FIFA scores and work out where we'd be on the league from your FIFA, like goal. I want to know the goal difference. I want to know wins, losses.
Yeah, what's our aggregate? Like, where are we at?
Where we are in the league, because I tried working it out. Like at the start of the season, and then I lost some of the tweets, so I couldn't work it out. But Hugh, I want to know where we are in the league on your predictions.
If we lose to Rovers, I'd have to go on holiday for a while. I think we win 2-0. You think we win 2-0, or you want us to win 2-0? Because that's two different conversations, that mate.
I hope you're right, But then again, if the rumours are true that Kolo's getting sacked if we lose to Blackburn, I hope we get snotted 6-0 then.
Do you know what? I was just going to say, it wouldn't surprise me if the players came out and just,
won and kept them in a job for another 3 weeks.
I don't know. I think some of them attempt to come out to lose on purpose.
Honestly, man, fucking what's been like with Kolo?
Yeah, up the fucking ticks, eh?
Up the fucking ticks, indeed, mate.
Never boring. Is it 1-0? We'll drink up the ticks. Come on. We will win. That is very positive of you.
You know what? I think you're wrong, but I hope you're right.
I'd like so desperately want to agree with you.
I was gonna go somewhere.
I can't for obvious reasons.
No, it's not happening, is it?
Yeah, no. But I really love to agree with you, and I'm not even like deliberately being negative. I genuinely cannot see I can't see where our next point comes from. Never mind our next win.
Oh fucking hell! Don't even. Unless we just go and put 11 men at centre back for the rest of the season, draw every single game, and that keeps us up.
Do you remember at the start of the season when all we could do was draw, when we were all like...
Oh, fucking first 3 games when like 0-0, 0-0 and 1-1 or something.
And we were all like, is 48 points going to be enough to stay up? Can we finish?
We drew the first game, then didn't we beat Birmingham? And then got twatted by Burnley.
Oh, yeah. 5-0, Burnley battered us. And there's something else this year. Do you know what? Like, at the time, that pissed me off. But like, Burnley have got, like, 1 foot back in the Prem this season. They're fucking unreal. Like, the job Kolo, fucking Al Vincent Company's doing there is unbelievable.
I don't want to hear the words Kolo and doing a good job.
No. Facebook fans are still waiting for Facebook fans are still waiting to follow and Jack Cole back to arrive.
You know what?
No one made a fuss about
Burnley. Viewers in the chat, if you're willing to listen to us talk about the Championship for fucking 10-15 minutes, I'm more than happy to just waffle on.
I mean, yeah, like if you want to, let's have a conversation. What are we saying? Like,
Burnley
who's doing what?
Who've they bought? Burnley have just spent 8 mil on a striker. It's
been a good
event. Yeah, I completely agree. I've enjoyed this event, to be honest.
To be honest, I think I'm going to big us up a little bit here because I think it's you can have an opinion in here, whereas places like Facebook and Twitter where you're instantly lambasted for your opinion because someone disagrees with it.
Oh yeah.
But in here, you're quite welcome to have whatever opinion you want.
Oh no, exactly.
Yep.
As I say, we're sitting here bashing the team.
Yeah.
But we're not blindly saying, oh, the shite. We're given reasons on why we think it. And people have disagreed with me in the chat. People have disagreed with you in the chat.
Yeah.
That's what this is for. It's not just a complete blind vent. Because if we're doing something well, I'd sit here and blow smoke up our ass. But that's just the thing. At the minute, it's not good watching, is it?
No. And there isn't... I think that's the most frustrating part because you can't find a positive anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not even like there's something good happening somewhere else because there's not.
Is a bit of a negative stat for you. Did you see the one oh, fucking hell. Luton have won the same amount of games at the DW this season as we have.
Luton have won the same amount of games at the DW this week than we have all season.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just not good, is it? It's not great.
No, I saw that and it's just laughably bad.
It's just, yeah. Well.
I can't wait to win League One next season.
Buzzing for another League One trophy,
What's that?
Buzzing for another League One trophy.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great. I predicted us to finish 16th, for fuck's sake. Hugh, you were well too high.
Peter, Chrissy Park. What do you think of the Believe Fans Fund? Do we get enough for what we are paid? Right. I am going to say this.
Go on, I'll let you go, sorry. Go on,
it's alright, because I might go off on a little rant here again.
Oh, so, yeah, I was just going to get it in before you go on a rant. I never actually paid for it, because when it came out, I was a student and was absolutely skinned. So I never actually signed up for it, so I don't really get an opinion. So, this one's definitely on you.
Yeah, so I did sign up. I was paying £18 a month for it. Was being the operative word. I fucking cancelled that ages ago. Yeah. Yes, Callum, by the way, Kendrick did say Blackett is due sometime this week.
Yeah.
But the fans fund.
We'll get on to that. We'll get on to Blackett in a minute.
For £18 a month, you don't get anywhere near as like if the satisfaction of knowing you putting money into your club is enough for you, then great. Benefits wise, I don't think we do. If you're talking materialistically. So we got, what did we get in our little boxes? We got a scarf, a badge, a name on this year's third shirt.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Little mug shots outside the stadium and shit. We've got our posters. Christmas cards signed by Dempsey.
Queen Dempsey, man.
Yeah, not a great deal, to be honest. We haven't actually got a lot.
That's fucking class.
Oh, and the club wish you happy birthday on Twitter. That's for £18 a month.
Oh, I stood next to Dempsey at the Shrewsbury game, you know.
Oh, the fucking Monopoly thing as well, yeah.
How would you get Monopoly? Happy 30 thing can get in the bin, exactly.
Yeah, every time I've had to turn the fucking tweet notifications off for Athletic because I get excited every time it says Wigan Athletic have just tweeted and it's just we would like to wish happy birthday to Believe fans from found out blah 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 blah. Fuck off.
£18 a month for a birthday wish. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not not great. No, I cancelled mine as well. FIFA 23 giveaway a load of bollocks. Would have to be low on friends to buy that. I am honestly sufficiently low on friends. That's yeah.
Yeah.
That's my excuse. I don't have any friends.
all your friends are in this chat, mate.
All my friends are in this stream. That's it. Just you. Nobody else.
Not even your friends.
No, even you don't like us all the time, so you know.
I'm only here because you've got loads of followers on Twitter.
Thank you. I don't know how.
Because you're a bird who talks about footy, that's why.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're not even fit.
No. Not even, like... I won't even lie about it. All my photos are filtered to the fucking eyeballs, mate.
Oh,
I don't look like my pictures. At all.
Can't see me on mine. I just look like every Scouse lad in me 110s in New York. Honestly.
Just a pair of 110s in a man bag.
That's all I am. I am literally just a walking pair of 110s. And on that note, I do think that's actually quite a good place to end it. 110s and Emma using filters.
Perfect. Up the fucking ticks.
Up the ticks. Nice when everyone's coming on. Obviously, we're gonna aim to do this once a week, but obviously,
yeah,
we'll see how that goes. I know obviously the Bristol game is on a Wednesday, so that we might try and do it like on the Thursday or something, or on the Tuesday. Either have. We'll aim to get this done once a week if you're all obviously willing to listen to us chat shit. So,
but yeah, by all means, join in, come and chat shit with us. I actually enjoy listening to everybody else's opinions, whether you know, I think it's interesting. Just to get a different perspective.
Could do
the Bristol game live.
I would, but I'm going, so I can't.
You poor bastard! I am absolutely not.
Honestly, well, I don't believe honestly.
Yeah,
I'm meant to be going. I'll speak to Ben about that. If I'm not going, we could do it live, and we could do a live reaction to it. Like, I'd be game for that.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Sound camera crying because my team's shit. Belting. Honestly. Yeah, why not?
If I don't end up going, we'll do a live reaction to it. If not, we'll be talking about it the next day.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. But yeah, like, just from me, thank you very much to everybody that's popped in and give us your perspective and whatever else. If you don't already, and I always say this on my own streams, but if you don't already, please drop Lewis a follow. I think potentially at some point we'll probably set up a separate Twitch account just for this. But for the time being, if you don't already, please go and follow Lewis. And follow me as well. My username's just the same as everything else. It's just WAFC_27. But yeah, make sure you've got your little bell thing on as well. So even if you don't catch the tweet, you get notified when we're live.
The plan is for all of these to go up on YouTube. There is a YouTube channel for Chattin Tics. Obviously, make sure go over there and subscribe. It's still brand new. Obviously, we're still trying to get everything set up. This is obviously a very temporary setup we've got up now.
Yeah.
My mic's still a little bit echoey, so we're gonna this is still very work in progress. We're just two Wigan fans who like chatting shit basically. And
talking,
we just fucking love I'm a Scouser. I can talk for England, honestly. You know what I'm like.
And I would happily listen to you talk. It's going to be madness in the Emma household when you grow a year older and you have to change all your usernames. Right. Can I just point out the 27 is not for my age?
I actually didn't know that.
No, so yes, I am 27. However, my birthday is on the 27th of the month. That's where it comes from. It's not for my age. It's for my birthday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, there you go. Fun fact. Yeah, it's not because I'm 27. It's because I was born on the 27th.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a useless bit of shit information about me.
Yeah. Everything we fucking come out with is useless shit information, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's no help to anybody.
I'm shocked 17 people are just sat here listening to us chat shit, to be honest.
I'm quite shocked.
Like half an hour ago. What the fact that you all stayed, I really appreciate it.
Just to sit and listen to us It was. We did 60. Have like at one point, I had a quick gander, and there was like 63 people just sat here listening to us talk. So I do appreciate that. It's
massively. Obviously, if we're still getting this amount of interaction with you lot, then I'm more than happy to keep doing this. Like, I'm very happy the amount of followers we've got off that and the amount of interaction I'm getting in the chat.
Definitely,
I really enjoyed that. Like, I don't know about you, Em, but I'm more than happy to do that. To try and make this a week.
Yeah, I mean, like, for the majority of you, if you follow me on Twitter or whatever, you know yourselves. I'm quite happy to sit and chat shit all day. I'm not arsed.
I just got wound up, to be honest.
So do I, but then the wrong people get really wound up.
Yeah.
And I end up looking like a prick. I promise I'm not a dickhead. And the way I come across on Twitter is not me in person.
Bullshit.
No, I'm not. I'm not a prick. I promise.
Liar. You are
I'm not.
Asshole.
Don't listen to this fucker. He's a scouser, so he's lying anyway. But yeah, like, please go and follow us. I think it might be interesting as well if this actually becomes a thing. Maybe even potentially look at like getting someone else on as well.
Oh no, I was going to suggest that in a minute. Like, the plan was to obviously. We'll do it us two, but I'm more than happy to get more fan interaction. Nice one for the follow there. Do I have to read your name, Rolf Harris? Thank you.
It's not even just Rolf Harris. He's got 269s after that ad.
69 and Jack's with Ryan WAFC, Corey, Joe. There's so many. But thank you everyone who's dropped a follow this stream. I do massively appreciate it. Nice one. But enough of the self-plugging and the begging. I'm just going to say thank you, and we're gonna cut this to its end. So thank you very much for everyone for popping in. Emma's dropped a.
There we go. I've dropped mine again. Little shameless plug. As a.
Do that.
The 7-year-olds. Anyway.
And on that note.
And yeah.
On that note. Right, thank you everyone watching for coming in and coming and giving us a watch. We'll try and make this a weekly thing, and I'll see you later.
Yeah, nice one. Thank you.
Ta-da.